Just off the east bank of the Cumberland River and across the water from the Tennessee State Capitol building, there's a look at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Right to the air is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Now it's Rodgers. He gets it underneath to Hall. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Well, this defense for the Titans, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll run with Hall. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. You talk about this Titan defense. Now, they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. at the 39-yard line. The first carry now for Tony Pollard to the 43, second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 43, here's a second down and 6. Levis from the gun. He'll complete this one to Okonkwo. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards. Levis to throw it. That's complete. It's Josh Wiley. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. The Titans at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Second and 6. Levis sets up to throw here. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Levis. Got his man, Okonkwo. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Chig Okonkwo, his second touchdown on the season. And the Titans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Nick Folk for the point after. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go-around. Rodgers now to throw. He gets that to the longtime Charger. It's Mike Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards the gain for number 18. Now a play fake. Rodgers to the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. Down the left sideline. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. So they get the interception, and almost as importantly, a big return after that.
And who was the guy that saved the touchdown, partner? The guy who threw the interception. A lot of times, he just gives it the old Olay, but give him credit. He went old school. He was determined not to make this a pick 6, and he got there in time to make touchdown.
It's the fullback. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now Folk for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack.
Well, partners, the first quarter, too early to start talking about needing a comeback. They're down 2 touchdowns already, and that sack, that disrupts this drive. They need something to go right on offense, and they need it to happen soon.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Rodgers to throw. It's complete to Williams. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Titans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Here's Levis. Over the middle into the hands of Burks. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. A give to Pollard running left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another first down. Working from the gun. Here's Levis. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They'll roll him out right. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Titans. Calvin Ridley, 81 yards. And the Titans have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. On for the extra point is Folk. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. 21-0 our score after 1. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he is going to have a Jets first down. He needed 5. He got it barely as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. Fighting through. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Levis back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Levis looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Titans first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Levis. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call.
Tracy, set. Destroy.
Back to throw, it's Levis. Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. A crazy sequence here, a huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for 4th down. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and the rout is on. It's 24-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Jets. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Tony Pollard out of the backfield, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Fighting his way through contact. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
That's caught by Jackson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Diamond. Hand up.
Throwing again on second down. Levis. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Right 24.
Off the play fake, Levis. Right side caught by Jackson. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Jets are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, we'll see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack. The offense on third down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. That is caught. There he goes, right side. Now inside the 25. Breece Hall. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. They go play action. Here's Levis sliding out of the pocket. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Hey, Mike 13. Mike 13.
Levis from the gun. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Mike 5-4. Odd. Mike 5.
And Levis going back to the air. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. A little bit of flip the script. Quarter 1, they struggled. Quarter 2 here, they put things together. And I guess sometimes, Charles, you just come out and you have to get your feet underneath you in a ball game, right?
That's exactly right, because every now and then you don't come out of the gate as fast or as strong as you want to. Sometimes you have to ramp up into it or take a few hits along the way and figure it out. And that's what they've done so far. Slow start, but now they're starting to put it together.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he'll find Hall. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
2nd down and 6 now from the 42.
Hey, 626.
Rodgers going to throw. He's got this to Williams, complete. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 42 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And again, it's Rodgers. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
He gets it underneath to Hall. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Hall want to give up the middle. A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
Inside. 26. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. They throw for it on 4th and goal at the 1. And the Titans defense will celebrate the goal line stand. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And this is potentially a nervy situation this close to their own goal line.
Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Levis out of the shotgun now. Swinging this out for Pollard.
And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Levis. A shot downfield for Burks.
And this throw will be intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. How about this? Racing to the end zone.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
Well, this secondary just continues to be a force. Multiple interceptions in this game, and now the pick 6.
And the thing about it is, once you get an interception as a unit, you think to yourself, okay, we got that. How do we increase it the next time? Get the interception, do a little more damage, and there's your outcome right there. Take it to the house and break down what they're trying to do offensively.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they
And Levis tosses his third interception of the game.
And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Now Rodgers. Flushed out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Jeffrey Simmons picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
That's to the tight end, Wiley.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Levis sets up to throw here. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Here's Levis.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Like 13, like 49's down, 22 Rita.
Levis to throw it. That's complete downfield to Okonkwo.
Touchdown, Titans!
Chig Okonkwo.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Extra point up and good by Folk, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Jet 300. Jet.
Throwing is Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Von Bell. He may go. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
And that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's Rodgers to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Rodgers now to throw.
That one into the hands of Adams downfield.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Here's Rodgers.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
2nd 10 coming up here in Nashville. 3rd quarter action.
On play action, Rodgers. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. And now here is another interception.
picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Titans are going to get it back here just past the 35. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
Forced out to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
There's a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll run left with Pollard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
Here we go.
Now Levis. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Over the middle into the hands of Burks.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Back to throw, it's Levis.
Over the middle, complete. That's Jackson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Pollard going to try the right side. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Hassan Reddick coming through with a stop there and a tackle for loss to boot.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Levis back to throw. Over the middle, he has Okonkwo.
And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Sebastian Joseph Day able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Levis looking to throw.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hope it didn't come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
454, Mike.
He'll look to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
On 3rd down, here's Hall.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Jackson's got it over the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First down and goal to go. Hey, Mike 13.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
Mike 5-4.
Little bootleg here. Levis. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Chigaconkro
from 4 yards out.
And the Titans are on their way to a 2-0 start. So, Charles, they are well on their way to a 2-0 start. Now, last week, they had the close victory. This one more commanding, much more comfortable.
Well, the sense we got from them was that last week they felt like they didn't play their best. They got the win, but they weren't really on top of their game. But they put it all together here in this one, haven't they? What an impressive performance.
Fulk connects on the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Fulk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Jets.
Again, over, partner, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead now down to 20. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth-quarter stop?
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Fielded at about the 28. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Open man here is Conklin. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin, 54 yards.
And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that cuts this lead down to 13.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll hit Jackson complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This offense so far on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
He's been terrific so far. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
Rodgers to throw once more. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Levis. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Running right, it's Pollard.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Stopped in his tracks by Ahmad Gardner.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Levis out of the shotgun now. Swinging this out for Pollard.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This is 1st and 10.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
And that's caught by Williams.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
All 3 timeouts still remain. Keep that in mind. They'd prefer to use them on the defensive end. But here's 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion. So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Here's Rodgers. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Titans come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.